What up, squad? Welcome back. I've been doing better than expected lately with the Watcher. We've built some momentum. Now, I still don't really feel like I know exactly what cards I'm looking for, but we're building strategies on runs. We're building strategies on runs, which is something you could do in, say, the Spire and in cribbage, I think. So I took 250 gold. This is one where, we all stand on the shoulders of giants or whatever, right? My bad. Bad decroded energy use. I never put that much respect on the 250 gold until I was told by, I don't know, maybe 1,000 people in my chat, we can do literally 33 damage. You're flicking me right now? How about an eruption on a turn in which we actually have the ability to attack, man? Basically, like 1,000 people in my chat were like, it's probably the best choice for the swap that you could possibly get at the start. So, honestly, that's the shoulders of frickin' giants as far as I'm concerned. Hate to lose a little bit of HP. Going up to 590 gold. I mean, there's a lot of tech that I'm loving right here. Can I level with you? I think you want to remove the doubt for sure. And there's a little part of me that says, what a great time to look at orrery and possibly add incredible cards to your deck that could work well together. I'm just taking a peek at what might be available and if there's any synergies. Okay, so I mean, there's some beautiful stuff here. Let's start with the obvious. We're going to take a talk to the hand. A tantrum is mighty tempting, but a scrawl is like easier to take because tantrum is more likely to show up later. Now, these are tough. I actually think early on, I mean, a Ragnarok is a ton of damage, which might be valuable for us because we don't really have that sorted in our deck. But a meditate is also like some mighty interesting choice. I think I'm going to take... I've been kind of shying away from Wreath of Flame. I'm going to take Evaluate just for some stability. I'm going to take Simmering Fury for some stance changing. I am going to take Scrawl because I just think it's best card available. And listen, I'm going to take Meditate over Ragnarok, which might be the most controversial decision out of all of those, but I believe it, man. And then Meditate being upgraded, I think that's where I've made mistakes in my life. We need to meditate 2 cards back into our hands so that we can exit Calm, do damage, and then enter Calm again. I think. So let's upgrade Eruption for now, because we're going to play it often. We still have 350 gold. Let's go straight for this other shop. This is a very unusual position to be in. For me. Because we have... we've added 5 good cards to our deck early, which is something that doesn't normally come to pass. Just trying to imagine what I want to do here. I think what I want to do here is I'm going to draw like a staggering amount of attacks next turn. So let's just play Simmering Fury so we go into Wrath. And then it should be relatively easy to, if you'll allow me to be frank, it should be relatively easy to just ruin your life. Although you're being a little annoying. I probably could have played this differently so we got like a Meditate out of it or something, or we could play Meditate without taking damage, but alas, no big deal. Empty Fist, important to, again, enable more stance dancing. And then, I mean, I love a Brilliance. It's just a great attack. Reach Heaven is also great, but it is a little expensive. Although, truth be told, you usually end up getting like 50 damage for 2 energy. Brilliance, I mean, there's no reason we could be like, this isn't a mantra building. I'm doing it, man. And then our deck, I think we may benefit from thinning it because we've already added so much to it early. We didn't add bloat, but we added because the cards that we have added are so much better than the cards you start with, doesn't it make sense, unless I've lost my mind, doesn't it make sense to removing a basic card like a strike or... Sorry, I was thinking about what to do for our turn as well. Doesn't it make sense that adding a strike or defend, or cutting a strike or defend, will make our deck disproportionately better than removing one earlier because we've got better stuff to draw as our alternatives? Okay. I meant to play Simmering Fury as well, but this is still probably fine. I mean, it's A-okay. You have nothing to fear, including fear itself. I mean, this floor has had everything so far. I would be thrilled, yeah, that's a big one, to also get an elite going, for sure. I also, we got pretty good damage anyway. Draw 3 cards. 0 cost Scrawl is basically like a free card to be played. I got no problem fighting this guy. This might be the guy I wish to fight the most, honestly. We'd love to see a Rushdown. We'd love to see a Simmering Fury. And then we're not going to wake you up on this turn, but next turn we're all in. It would be nice to have a way to do damage, and then next turn exit stance. Okay, this is mighty bad for you. It's a talk to the hand. Talk to as they call it these days. No, they don't. Yes, they do. Many people are saying it. Let's, I'm going to slow play you. I'm going to meditate. Brilliance is one of our best attacks anyway, so I'm going to meditate it back into our hand. It sucks we didn't have an Eruption to bring back, but whatever. I do hate to take 10 damage, but a Simmering Fury it's an important part of our engine. And as long as you've taken 10 damage for a purpose, I think you can live with yourself. Hey, any chance we could have, like, I don't know, more attacks? Or is that just not in the cards for a guy like me? 18 damage. Like I mean, a Vigilance means we take 2 damage. And we're probably going to kill you next turn. An Empty Fist does 18. It takes us to 12 block. I mean, we're going to kill you next turn anyway, right? Realistically, yes. So I think just take as little damage as possible. The difference between like 2 and 6 may not matter all that much, but you never know. Wheel Kick is nice for damage, but I kind of think it's bloat now. I think a Third Eye for Scry ability is a little bit better. I don't really know what our best damage dealer is going to be. Right now it's Brilliance, and maybe at some point we'll commit to getting like some more Mantra, but... But I'm not sweating it. I'll tell you that for free. I'm not sweating it, man. Take 2 damage, bring back a Brilliance and an Empty Fist. Even though we're not hitting like the infiniticity that I feel like I've kind of been aiming for, like this still feels really strong for floor 1. I do like a Crush Joints as well, you know? I do. Now, who's the boss? The boss is the Guardian. I'm going to take the heal and the curse. We have enough draw, I think we can weather the storm. And then make Crush Joints give 2 vulnerable. And I'm sorry, I'm anime posting. I'm adjusting my glasses. I think I want the worst turn of all time, please. We definitely like a Talk to the Hand, or Talk to a, as I call it. We need to do 13 damage, which is not going to happen, so let's pop a Dex Potion. Probably, I think that's what you're looking for. And then next turn, I don't think we really want to enter Wrath, man. I'll put up a little bit of block with this Miracle, but I think we'd rather just chill a little. Unless, now I'm looking at it and I'm like, maybe I'm mistaken. So I can at least hurt you pretty good on a turn in which you can't really do anything to change that. And we're very likely to get an ability to exit stance on this turn. Okay, now, this is why you don't set your watch to something like that. I could have. The attacks are free with Talk to the Hand, so we definitely should have gone through with it. But that's okay. Am I crazy to think that you can, like, play a Defend, a Simmering Fury, and then a Meditate? And what do we want to bring back? More attacks. So we're going to enter Wrath, yes, immediately. Draw too much, but, like, look at the energy, man. Look at the damage. Look at the fact that this guy is deceased on the next turn and tell me that that was the wrong play. I'd like to kill you in one hit, please. I guess it doesn't matter because Talk to the Hand replaces it. Vault is great. We know this. Devaform can also be great, but we don't really have expensive cards, man. I think you just go Vault, and Ragnarok, I think we just don't need you. This one stings. I think we're not thrilled with what we got. Runic Pyramid, sure, but like most of the cards we don't play, but being able to hold a Vault. Being able to hold a Vault until you think you really need it. But if our hand gets full of junk, then I kind of like the cycle. It's a little crazy, man. I think I'm just going to take Tiny House. I kind of can't believe it either. I think a Wave of the Hand upgraded will go crazy. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure that those were the best decisions we could have made. I think, if anything, we want to see, like, a shop here is pretty good. Do we want to... Maybe this is a good floor to hit question marks and elites. We could use some relics, maybe. So let's... It's important to me that we take as little damage as possible, even more so than making you vulnerable. You being weakened feels like a step in the right direction. A Meditate and a Vault. We don't need both of them because they both end our turn. So just choose one. And Vault seems like it's kind of like the risk-free raid on that one. And the turn, like, sucked. So, sure. Sounds good to me. Now this turn. This turn's not that much better, which leads you to believe that maybe our deck isn't as good as we thought it was, man. Yeah, that's what it's leading me to believe, at least. Although this one, that turn went way better. Maybe our deck is the best deck we've ever seen. This turn is bad. Maybe we're cooked. Please bring back an Empty Fist and a Brilliance. Maybe a Wrath and a Brilliance. Yeah. Yeah, I could see the case for that one. Bring it back. Thank you. Hit him again. It could have been worse, let's be honest. And for the love of God, don't be afraid to use potions. I think we got good attacks. I'm thankful where we stand. Good question marks would hit the spot. I'm not willing to get an innate curse without Omamori. It's just not going to happen for a guy like me. This is crazy. A Wave of the Hand. Am I insane to think that a single block makes you do 0 damage, which then allows an Eruption to pop out risk-free? They've started doing damage again. But it's okay. It's actually completely fine. As long as, especially, I should say not as long as, but especially if we can get a Stance Exeter on this turn, which is exactly what frickin' went down. So we'll hit ya. Play ya. Hit ya. Play ya. You need to get hit 4 times now. That's devastating for a guy like me. Exit our stance. Hit you again. And then weaken you for 2 turns. Absolutely beautiful. Is there a more immaculately designed game on the planet? The numbers just work, man. Honestly, I want to play Brilliance, but I think a big part of... Well, you know what? Use a potion, then you can play Rushdown. Then you can do everything you want to do, man. You can play your Brilliance for 8 damage, 8 measly damage, and you can get 3 extra draw next turn. And do double damage. You couldn't really ask for more than this. Let me think about what we're cooking up. I could easily... probably the play. You don't want to... We don't need to hit you that hard. We could just hit you multiple times instead. The Watcher is such an interesting character, man. Because I genuinely feel like I understand them less than the other 3 characters in the game. Which I think makes perfect sense. Wow, you're done. But also, we do better than expected with them. As a result of the fact that I guess their power level is just really high. Well, we gotta do something. I want to keep my cash reserves high. I'm not losing all my gold. I'll tell you, I would do anything rather than lose all my gold here. So, I think I want to take an extra turn. Let me think about it. I think you gotta talk to her. And you probably just vault. And then next turn, hope you draw a bunch of attacks and play your Ambrosia. I don't know if this is good enough, but send it if you got it, man. So give me a wave of the hands. 2 of these kills you and generates enough block to make you guys weak. I would say play your powers and bake in some draw for the future. It's not the typical use of a mantra potion, but I think we needed the energy, man. Flurry of blows. Brilliance. 12 block. You're doing 17. I got 16 block. Okay. 1 damage. This is basically an elite fight, right? Like, I'm not rubbing anybody the wrong way by saying that. I think I would just want to exit stance. Put up enough block. Turns out we could have done a little bit more damage to you. I will say, this is more like a product of what rewards were available after the boss. But we could really use an energy relic. I don't think there's any doubt about that one. Now, big upgrades. Wave of the hand. I know Mental Fortress, but I'm trying not to tunnel vision. I'm trying to let the gains from stance dancing just wash over me, okay? We don't need to fully commit to it. Now, lesson learned. I don't think we need it because of the fact that we have Eternal Feather. So every time we go to a campfire, we tend to heal anyway. I'm actually just going to take Horn Cleat, even over the Waffle, because I think it serves us better long term. And I'm gonna dodge some elites, man. Cheaper rushdown. I mean, cheaper anything is valuable, especially on 3 energy. So, Bottled Tornado, a power in hand. I mean, I feel like as the Watcher, getting your combo pieces is more important. So that's why I'm putting that in as number 1. Maybe I've lost my mind. Maybe I'm the first person to ever know what finding your mind looks like. I guess we'll find out. Or maybe not, who knows. Mental Fortress. Erupt. Draw a bunch of cards. Free defense. Scrawl on that. Vault on that thing. Strike on that thing. Vault on that thing. This is a horrible turn, man. What are you doing to me? What have you done to me? I can at least weaken you and only get hit for 24, but like I shouldn't have played Vault. We had that turn locked in. We had it locked down. Okay, give me an eruption and a strike. You're dead next turn. There was no need for that kind of malarkey. And now I gotta go. Oh, you know what? We got Fairy in a jar, so I'm not gonna cry about it. We're still doing great. I'm chill. 25 cards. We got enough unless we see something very compelling. I mean, a Mind Blast. This is somewhat compelling, don't get me wrong. Let's cut that Parasite. I'm not worried about the 3 HP. Now you're a tricky little son of a gun. Call me crazy on this one? I think you vault. I know we could put up enough defend, Let's vault on this turn, then we get enough defend by default. So we want to probably play Mental Fortress. Maybe just Simmering Fury and then a Meditate. And I'm not saying we're going infinite, because that's never worked out for me. But we got something, we built something interesting here early. We got our combo pieces out there. Let's see what we're about to draw. We would love to draw 2 of those cards. Draw 2. Now we could Vigilance Eruption. But it's a little spooky. I think we're better off just playing that right there. It's a little slower, but we can just draw Eruption on the next turn anyway if we get a little lucky. You're weak for 5 turns. We actually drew it, the Madman. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going in. Do I regret it? I thought that I would, but I don't. Because with Talk to the Hand and the attacks that we were able to glean there, like, we got enough. That was nice. Stance Potion. I think we got to dump Fairy in a Jar, man. Otherwise, it's just going to be a wait. We're going to end up holding it forever. There is a temptation to take Devotion to enhance Brilliance and also give us the occasional triple damage turn. But I'm going double vaults. I'm going in. I should have kept the Fairy in a Jar, man. Necronomicon, a 2 damage attack would repeat. So now, it does stink that we didn't take Ragnarok. But we may get another opportunity. So I think this is like, it's pretty close to like an all-in sort of turn. Early. We want you to be weak forever. So I'm gonna bring back the Wave of the Hand. The longer you're weak, the more time I have to play with. So straight up on this turn, what do we care? Wave of the Hand, Talk to the Hand, play some defense. You're doing 1 damage. I'm not gonna cry about it. I wish I'd done the math a little better, but I'm not gonna cry about it. Flurry of Blows, Brilliance. Evaluate. Third Eye. Empty Fist. Yeah, okay. This is good. I think we definitely make it to the boss. We probably have to rest before the boss, but I think we definitely make it to the boss. Probably we kill you next turn. I don't know. I'm getting in the weeds a little bit here. But if we could get this Necronomicon to pop, man, the world is turning out much nicer for us. Nothing there, please. Okay. 30 HP rest. We go to 59. 59 with 2 potions, I think, is okay. Alrighty. Not the best Wave of the Hand you're going to see. But you know what? You could just get Wave of the Hand going next turn. Am I crazy to think we could rush down, Stance Potion to enter Wrath on this turn where you're not doing much? And then I was thinking we would meditate like Wave of the Hand back, but I honestly think we should just vault. We're in the Eruption state. Okay, it kind of sucked horrendously, but whatever. We got to play our powers. That's something. You're going to take one of our better cards, so I think you've got to go. Man, one way to exit Stance would save us so much grief here. Fortunately, we don't have it. So give me that and just do the damage. This might be the end of our lives. You took Simmering Fury. If I'd known you were going to take Simmering Fury, I probably would not have prioritized you. No disrespect or whatever. You guys aren't doing that much damage. So I think we kill. Activate Wave of the Hand. Play Simmering Fury. Yes, we take 8, but never mind. For some reason, in my head, I factored in that we were playing a vault there as well. Which obviously was not the case. So you gotta go. In time. The Talk to the Hand, we gotta burn this off first, which is like annoying for sure. Probably we're gonna want to play some blocks. So save yourself a little bit of energy. That's a nice block. You're doing 24. I don't mind taking 23 and then bringing... We don't have an eruption. But a wave of the hand and like an evaluate. Again, we're trying to get the 2 artifacts gone so I can put talk to the hand on the big boy. Which seems actually like possible to happen here. That purges 1. You're dead. Wave of the hand. Evaluate purges the other one. Meditate. Bring back wave of the hand. And evaluate. Okay, there's... We can keep you weak enough to not die in 1 attack, I think. But it might be a little hot. So we need the wave of the hand. We will probably eruption for card draw. Obviously, we could just play vaults. But we have, well, let me see, what are we drawing? We're drawing talk to the hand next turn, but like it's a dookie turn to deal with taking 87 damage. So I think, although it's, well, wait, do we even have enough block, man? Because if you're doing 43, I can get to 42 block. It's like I need the talk to the hand to even do anything. But are we going to be able to exit stance? We're possibly going to draw an insight. I don't think anything's coming to save us. I think we have to play the vault because we're not killing you. And then we did draw the insight, which is necessary. We needed to draw a way to exit stance, which was literally 1 card away. And we didn't. But you know what? We run it back. You got me with the big attack there. I'm telling you, I'm not built for the stance dancing, man. I'm probably missing like a couple of key elements that would really tie the whole thing together. Interesting. Bag of marbles, curry, or shovel. Earliest possible shovel. We should be campfire maxing. Get it twisted. Okay, let's do some fights. And then marbles? I mean, marbles is something. Rat, everything's cheaper, 20% forever. It's like one of those relics, you're like, oh, I can't believe I got this useless relic. And then like at the end of the game, you're like, wow, I won in spite of this useless relic. And then the relic just has like a single tear coming down its face because it doesn't, you don't appreciate what it did for you. I understand that. Finally, we got the math. Okay. Early Conjure Blade. Early Windmill Strike. These are... Conjure Blade, I just like... It's interesting. It's like whether you want to pay the setup cost of Conjure Blade or not realize that you're paying the setup cost of holding Windmill Strike for so long. It's like a seen cost versus an unseen cost. I like Conjure Blade, but it seems... It hurts to try to play it. And then, like, you want the attack on the turn you draw it, but you gotta wait 1 more turn. I'm gonna take a Protect just to have and to hold. And get it twisted, you should be campfire maxing at all times. But we needed unattack, that's for sure. Knowing we have Bag of Marbles, man. This stings. Knowing we have Bag of Marbles, something like a Dramatic Entrance would really hit the spot. I'm just not really that interested in taking any damage, even if it is 1. It's not like we carry Protect to the next fight in our hand if we don't play it here. Retain doesn't work like that. Give me that Bowling Bash. It's really hard for me to argue with Ex Machina, man. You always love having extra energy, I think. White Beast statue. Okay, and now I'm digging. Question card. Probably better for you the better you are at the game. I'm going to not do this because we're not going to be even taking the thought of resting at campfires. Whetstone. Another campfire. Pen Nib. One of these days. I'm not saying it's an auto win. Not in the slightest. But it does... we have like 5 more relics than we had at the end of our last fight, which is just... I mean, at the end of the day, it's just funny. This does 14. We probably get you next turn, but it's going to sting a little bit on the way. Well, we do get you next turn. Turnip. Turnip and Bottled Miracle. This feels like an important choice, man. I do like Battle Him. Clogs up your hand. Of that we can be sure, but... you gotta play it. You don't have to play it. You could play it. I'm gonna play it. Oh, some extra draw. Taking 2 on this fight with no AoE. And Bowling Bash is an AoE, don't be glib. Taking 2 on this fight with no AoE is not so bad. Just give it a second. We're gonna get there. We just gotta work through it first. I would happily spend 3 energy on that. Great use of Pen Nib. Didn't pay attention to it at all. Already programmed the turn into my head before I did anything. Let's play one of these. One of these. Drew another card. Okay. Who's our boss? I think that is who I want to see. Regen potion too. Okay, fine. I think we've had reasonably good luck with Indignation. 20% cheaper. Sands of Time, I'm a believer after that, like, the run from the last video. I really am. These are just going to do 10 for each enemy in combat. Holy cow. Am I willing to take 10 on turn 1? No, you don't have to. You can take 5. Alright, that's right. I don't know why I thought Bowling Bash cost 2. Probably because it did 30 frickin' damage, man. Not the attacks you want to see. But I think, like, just playing that goes pretty crazy. And then a Smite guarantees an attack in your turn, in your hand every turn. Which is, like, exactly what we need to deal with these guys. Now, I gotta do the math. If we go Indignation, we go to 4 energy. Obviously, anything kills you. This will do 30, and then that will kill you. It'll leave us on 0, but I think we have you. I don't think you can stop me. I kill you with our worst card. Hit you. Yeah, it's got to be like that. Hit you with this and smite you. And then next turn we just play Sands of Time, and you're dead. Very good fight. It paid to be aggressive there. I like Foreign Influence as a card, but I do think, like, we may find ourselves with a need for Wheel Kick, and I'm just going to level with you. You give me the early shovel, and I'm digging. Good Pen Nib. I think that's an acceptable start. Now, it would be very nice to go off on you next turn. We're pretty we want to split you, but we want to split you obviously with as much damage as possible. So, pop your miracles. You may even want to pop these miracles. I think we want to Eruption Indignation. And then this will hit you for 60. Or we can hit you for lethal. Which seems better. Alright, now, what are we looking at here? I don't really know. I've been letting our relics carry us, so I don't really know what we're building to. We're building to... Honestly, you know what we're looking for is a Blasphemy. We have lots of retained attacks. You draw Blasphemy, play it, kill everything with it. So none of these are Blasphemy. Oh, one of them is Blasphemy, brother! Yes! And this one's hard for me. Because we might be able to use Fusion Hammer because we're digging anyway. But you really want to have Blasphemy be retained. Like, that's almost... It's so much of a win condition that, like, I feel like that in and of itself means I can't take Fusion Hammer. I think it might be Astrolabe's time to shine, man. As much as I really do think Fusion Hammer was kind of close on that one. And then we have added, like, no blocks. So transform 3 strikes. I see a Conjure Blade, a free Rushdown, and a Sanctity. I can't be too mad. So, I would love... I'm taking this, what I consider to be the safe path. Our hopes and dreams... I should have popped the Ancient Potion. That would have made this fight so much less miserable. And rest assured, it is going to be a little bit miserable here. Especially because we can't exit stance. Which I'll take the L on that one. I could put this block potion on. And you know what? This seems like a great opportunity to do that. I'm actually going to hit you knowing that next turn we have Pen Nib active. And then we basically just have lethal, right? We literally have lethal, okay. No basically about it, brother. 0 cost 4 and influence, we take. But we upgrade the Blasphemy as soon as possible. 110 gold, remove a card, upgrade a card. Absolutely. My god, if you upgrade Blasphemy, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Oh! I don't believe it, man. There were... Like, nothing in our deck is upgraded. Well, only a few cards in our deck are upgraded. That's such a good pull. Okay, now to put the theory to the test. Hey, you know what I'm realizing? Mighty quick here. Having some cards that block would really hit the spot as well. It is what it is, man. It is an expunger is what it is. Having some cards that block would really, really hit the spot. What do you got for me? Talk to the hand. I didn't even look to see if we could have had lethal, but like... I'm a pretty simple guy. I see a talk to the hand. I'm tempted to add it for sure. And we're playing a little fast and loose. This feels like the turn where you pop. Yeah... As long as we can play both of these, we'll only be on 5 energy. That's exactly as much as we need, man. Beautiful. As tempted as I am to get an upgraded expunger, I don't think that's really what I'm looking for. You know what? I would love to take some bites at the expense of our max HP. And I would love to remove another defend. I know we need to add a defend. I'm playing a different sort of game than typical for me. Last time I did this, it worked out beautifully, I might add. This turn might rub you the wrong way, but I took that as a great opportunity to heal for 6. An opportunity we may not get again. Free Windmill Strike on this turn? We take those. I can live with this. And you retain the Blasphemy anyway? You don't need much to make it work, man. You know me, I'm a different kind of beast. I would prefer to take as little damage as possible. What an interesting Ex Machina. If only I'd waited a second. Conjure Blade actually goes crazy with the Blasphemy as well. Expunger. I mean, if I pop both Miracles, play Blasphemy, Expunger will do 27 damage one time. That's not that good, man. I would probably rethink that. I would probably wait a turn and maybe just play like a Smite and a Bite or something like that and just hold that Blasphemy for a better opportunity coming down the line. And this feels more like it. I find it hard to believe this doesn't get us there, which is like maybe not what you want your Uber driver to say, but we hold on that. 61 gold, 60 to remove. I mean, Dark Shackles can be kind of insane. I'm a known Dark Shackles disrespecter because I don't know what I'm doing, but like, there's turns where this could save us a great deal of strife, but also evaluate giving us more draw. I'm sorry, Dark Shackles. Your time will come, okay? I have to dodge the elites. I've gotta. I'm a little worried that we haven't even come close to building enough damage to deal with the boss, to be honest. How about something that gives us a block? Hey, it exists! Should really just, like, pop a potion. None block, so I'll take my heal. It's a pretty bad first turn, but the deck is feeling a little bit goofy. But that's not always a bad thing, man. And the bites, as much as our HP looks like very dire right now, I really feel like the bites were the right play. It's given us sustain that we didn't otherwise have access to. Blocks. I really like Protect as a card too, but you're probably going to blow yourself out. So I think you go in on this fool right here. And actually, like, we're just with this Blasphemy, we're very close to you being dead. Blasphemy takes us to 5 energy. You'll do 33. 33, 21, 20, but then I gotta find a way to kill you. So we probably have to wait 1 turn. That's okay. Do a little feeding, I suppose. I'm not even gonna play the Conjure Blade. Maybe it'll come back later, you never know. Probably not, because the fight's over as soon as we draw like a couple attacks, but Sanctity, 4 and Influence. 4 and Influence gives us a free Sands of Time. Now we're cooking. Blasphemy. Sands of Time. Anything. Bueller. We're alive. Colorless Potion. I would take that over an Explosive Potion in all likelihood. Alright. I can't tell. I can't tell where we're at on this build. I know it's bullish in a way. We've removed all of our strikes in defense. That tends to be extremely positive. And we have... I mean, dare I say it? Like, to join in the memery? We have a concept of a plan. But, like, actually... Hand of Greed could go crazy here. Maybe. Oh, Hand of Greed will go crazy here. I hate to... Well, you gotta spend it. Helps us with our decks anyway, because we get 1 dex off. And then we have 1 in it because it was free. That's right. Oh, Gene Parmesan. We have a concept of a plan. Stay strong until you draw Blasphemy. And then after you draw Blasphemy, do the math. Unfortunately. Now, it's shocking to you, I'm sure, but it's shocking to me as well that we drew 10 cards and had literally 1 block. Even though I've been adding a lot of cards, but you can't live through this. 60, yeah, you can't live through this. You're dead. This is the whole reason we took the smites. Hold it. Okay. No fights, please. It's the one thing I didn't want to see. We're about to draw. Let's just play it simple, man. Yeah, don't enter the Wrath state unless you have to. Okay, we drew Ascender's Bane. One thing that's interesting to me is we do have calipers. If I could find, I mean, like a Talk to the Hand, could do a lot for us, man. I'm not saying infinite block is on the horizon. I'm just saying infinite block could be on the horizon. Could be. Could be. We got a couple of good zero-cost Andes, man. Including a miracle. 3-cost Wheel Kick. Don't insult me, man. No more blocks, so I feel like we can't play Eruption. Although, what if we could? Wait a second. Whoa, 1 second. Because Pen Nib just whipped around. You're going to do 14 damage with Pen Nib? That's insulting. I'm literally just going to take this opportunity to heal instead. This one really feels like a test. and I'm going to pass. It feels like a test of, can relics, yes please, can just having enough relics give you the win, even if you have no concept of what you're doing with your deck. Okay, Smiling Mask right before the boss, bullish. That's bullish. If I've ever seen bullish, that's bullish. So turn 1, I'm going to play nothing, because I don't want to play Eruption and possibly be stuck in that stance forever. Sanctity is block and draw. Order, but okay. 27 block hits the spot. Battle Hymn is a necessary card to play. Conjure Blade at least is creating a half decent attack, and Windmill Strike's getting stronger over time. Okay, just hold. Hold on this. I feel like we need to play a Spirit Shield just to stay just to stay ahead of the game on this one, and we'll keep some healing going. That's why I didn't think it mattered if we rested, because it's like 47 HP might be lethal for us anyway. Let's draw on this. Okay, this is where things get mighty interesting. You're probably going to attack next turn. We may not be able to exit stance. So just, I would say, just hold for now. Maybe with 1 energy, play a Smite so that it gets out of our hand, giving us a better chance to draw like a Spirit Shield, which might be necessary to keep us alive. You're doing nothing on this turn, which I think is wonderful news. If you're going to do nothing... I want to take a peek. Wheel kick. And double damage. Okay, Blasphemy. It's 33. So I could do 99 damage with a Blasphemy, but that's not going to get us there. Similarly, that's not going to get us there. We're... Honestly, yet again, I think we got too much junk in our hands. I think I gotta bury some Smites. And maybe a Bite as well, just to make this space for us to draw the cards we actually want to see. Which we didn't really, unfortunately. Which creates a serious concern for us. Without a doubt. And you guys are just not doing enough damage. Any chance we live? That's the card I wanted to see. I don't think we... No, we're dead. All right. We just didn't have the gas. That happens. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Obviously, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!